Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to the Entitled Asshole Report. This might be a little unusual because I had two topics that I really wanted to have my moment to rant about, but neither of them were really quite long enough to make their own dedicated video on, but I really wanted to rant about these things, and so I decided to just merge them together into one video. They don't really pertain to each other though, other than the fact that they both contain entitled assholes, hence the Entitled Asshole Report. But that's okay, I want to talk about them anyways. So let's get this party started, shall we? This first case of entitlement comes from a married couple who follow the traditional values placed in society of what roles in marriage each person should take. You know, marriage is such a special thing for so many people. It's a thing that little girls dream of since childhood. They want to have the perfect dress, the perfect menu, and of course they want to say I do to the perfect man. And with the I do, they sign themselves up for a life of being a second mom and a personal assistant to a man who can't even wipe his own ass. I do just want to say for the record before I get too into this topic, I don't have a problem with trad wives or women who want to take on the more traditional rules of marriage. If they genuinely enjoy being a stay-at-home mom, taking care of the household chores, you know, tending to the kids, helping the husband while the husband has like a standard job, makes money, that's fine and that's fair. I think everyone has the right to do with their marriage what they want it to do. It just seems to me that every traditional marriage featured online, the wives never really seem all too happy and the husband kind of just uses them for clout and does whatever they want. I could be wrong, they could be the happiest ever, but it still just gives me bad vibes and I'm going to talk about it. So the couple I'm going to be focusing on is Matt and Abby. And I'm going to be focusing more specifically on one particular instance that y'all have probably all heard about now, and that is Father's Day. So apparently last year, Father's Day happened to collide with Matt's birthday, which happens to fall on June 18th. Just letting y'all know so you can make sure to clear your calendars and make sure nothing else is clogging up on Matt's special day. And Matt and Abby took to talk on their podcast, which is called the Unplanned Podcast, and discussed how they weren't doing Father's Day traditionally this year because of how terrible it ended up being last year.
We've decided as a family that we are not celebrating Father's Day this year.
Father's Day, it's always in June, and it's like
Last
always
year
around.
was June 18th, which is Matt's birthday, so
Yes.
he had Father's Day and his birthday on the same day. And
So sad.
I will say, I did kind of combine the holidays.
You did combine the two of them. It's okay though. I mean, you were pregnant, you were uncomfortable, you were
We
close.
just got back from our baby moon that
Yeah.
day. I got you a cake from DQ.
I guess we had
and
just
had
gotten
our
home.
family over and grilled.
First of all, on their podcast, they were constantly interrupting and talking over each other, and it was so frustrating to listen to because one of them would start saying something and then the other one would just cut in with their 2 cents. Like, literally just shut up and let each other finish.
Well, I grilled, but I know a lot of dads grill on their birthday. But yeah, we had
And
Father's
I grew
Day.
your child.
You did grow my child.
All day, every day.
But like Father's Day and my birthday were the same exact day.
But basically, Abby admits that last year for Father's Day, she ended up kind of combining the two holidays, Matt's birthday and Father's Day, into one celebration, largely due to the fact that she was pregnant. Matt also takes to say that he was kind of disappointed that he was the one who ended up doing the grilling on his big day, despite the fact that his wife was pregnant. Honestly, a win comment from Abby.
Yeah,
And it kind of was a bummer.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I failed you. I'm
Hey,
so
but
sorry.
you know what? This year, we're boycotting Father's Day for the month of June and celebrating it 3 months after my birthday.
He literally admitted the fact that he knew that she was pregnant and uncomfortable, but he still wasn't too keen on the fact that he had to grill on his special day. She did still say she got him a cake and stuff, but he didn't really seem all too keen on it. And when she said she feels like she failed him, instead of saying something along the lines of, hey, it's okay, you were really pregnant, I understand, or just saying it's okay, period, he had to sit back and admit that it was a bit of a bummer. But don't worry, because this past year they decided that they wouldn't be celebrating Father's Day at the same time as Matt's birthday, and that this year, to prevent any disappointments like that from happening, they were going to be celebrating Father's Day 3 months later. What makes this even funnier to me is the fact that it wasn't even like somebody else's birthday on Father's Day, it was literally his own. 2 different things that revolve around him, but he just couldn't stand the idea that it was all rolled into one celebration. Either way, I think the reaction is unnecessary. Like if it happened to be Abby's birthday or his mom's birthday or something, I don't think it would have been that deep. But it's literally the fact that it was his birthday. It just reeks of entitlement, and I haven't seen any of their Mother's Day videos, but I bet she still has to tend to the child/children and do household chores despite it being Mother's Day. I didn't really see any posts about Matt's birthday, but I did see a video where Matt got a gift he didn't want which seemingly was for Father's Day.
Holy frick! Oh my gosh! Are these cake pops? This is like way too over the top. This is so nice.
This is the best Father's Day ever!
It says best dad ever.
It was like a fruit edible arrangement thing, a balloon, some cake pops, and the like fruit thing said best dad ever. Matt is very clearly surprised to see this acknowledgement of Father's Day after they decided that they weren't going to be celebrating Father's Day until 3 months after. So how do y'all think that Matt reacts to this surprise? A, does he thank Abby for the celebration? B, completely disregard the fact that she did something nice? Or C, tell her that she didn't have to do anything for him, but he's very grateful for the attempt? If you answered A or C, I apologize, but you severely overestimated Matt's ability to be an appreciative husband.
Why is that funny to you?
You know why it's funny.
You are the best
know
dad
why it's
ever.
funny. You think I'm the best dad ever?
Yeah, wait, why is it funny?
Well, I said the thing about not celebrating Father's Day. I don't know if you're trolling me right now. I don't know what's
I'm
going
not
on.
Matt goes as far as to ask Abby if she's trolling him because he specifically thought that they weren't doing anything for Father's Day right now. God damn it, Abby, don't you know that his birthday is not something that should be shared with all of the other fathers in the world? Does Matt even know the words thank you? Like, be so fucking for real right now. Honestly, I'm sure if she didn't acknowledge Father's Day even in the slightest, he probably would have been disappointed too. I just can't stand this man's audacity and the way that he feels like this needs to be a huge celebration for him, and the way that he was literally disappointed by the fact that his pregnant wife didn't do more for him. This man really tries to play up the idea of being a good husband, but being a good husband just entails him filming himself being a good husband by doing things like taking care of her needs as anesthesia wears off. I know a lot of accounts do stuff like this, whether it's couples, family vlog channels, whatever. I'm not solely like limiting this to just Matt and Abby, but I can't imagine the audacity that it takes to see a loved one like in pain or distressed or recovering from something, then be like, hold on, sweetie, let me get out this camera and film myself tending to you in your time of need, and then filming themselves actively being a good person. I feel like if you have to film yourself being a good person, that kind of knocks off a couple of points and takes away some of the goodness. Knock it the fuck off. You're not a good person. You just want the attention and you just want the praise. And it's honestly so disgusting to see several different accounts do stuff like this. I feel like a lot of accounts just lack the is this okay conversation and just immediately take to filming things, not really caring if the other person or parties involved are okay with it or not. Especially when being an influencer is their primary job. It's easy to just take out the camera and film every second of your lives, and people forget that boundaries should exist and some things should be kept for just yourself. They take the job as assumed consent to be filmed in all aspects of their life, and it's honestly kind of disgusting. I honestly do think that Matt and Abby had the potential to be a really happy couple and relationship. I just feel like the camera adds a whole problem, because even if they don't have personal issues, then seeing the comments of what other people are saying has the potential to cause more issues or make people think about things. And they're not really just living for themselves at a certain point. They're living for the sake of content and thinking about filming everything they do. And I don't think it's healthy. They need to stop doing that. On the topic of not doing things, we're going to segue into our next topic of conversation, which is Chipotle, where customers have decided to fight the corporate greed that makes overpriced products with smaller portions by harassing the innocent workers who are simply just trying to make a paycheck. I guess, I never really knew much about Chipotle, but I guess it's been a long-running thing that people have been complaining their portion sizes are just getting smaller lately and are never worth what they cost anymore, but especially in recent years when inflation has just gone through the roof. I also don't work at Chipotle. I have literally never even stepped foot in a Chipotle in my entire life. I do work at a restaurant that sells similar things though, which is what made me curious about this situation. And let me let y'all in on a little secret in the industry. The people who choose the price and product sizing are not the ones that you see on a day-to-day basis. Usually in these types of jobs, there's several different positions, including a little crew member to like shift lead, assistant manager, general manager, and then there's higher above that, there's supervisors, district managers, store owners. The ones who choose things like prices and product portions are high up on the corporate ladder. Also, every single food service job I've worked has rules about what portion sizes is supposed to be. You know, you're not allowed to just go all willy-nilly and be like, oh, this person ordered this, I feel like giving them this much. This person ordered this, I'm gonna give them a little bit more just for the fun of it. No, you're supposed to follow a specific portion guideline for everything in the food service industry. Some businesses and some management is stricter about these rules than others, but all places have guidelines on what amounts they're supposed to be serving. The portioned amounts also plays into food costs and how much getting the product costs and how much we're making from the product in return. Sometimes it seems unfair, but it's not like a deliberate thing just installed by crew members to make your jobs miserable and make you spend more money. And let me let y'all in on another little secret. If you aren't happy with the amount you're getting for the amount you pay, you don't have to go back. You can choose somewhere else, rather than filming your temper tantrum and hoping that they'll just give in to your hissy fits and give you what you want. So I wanted to take a look at some of the things that are going on at Chipotle. Firstly, the CEO himself stepped up and spoke on this subject.
First, I can tell you the portions have not gotten smaller. One of the things I think it's great about Chipotle is if you come into the restaurant and you want a little more rice or you want a little more pico, all you got to do is kind of like, and usually our guys and women, give them a little more scoop.
He's basically ensuring customers that if they huff and puff enough, the men and women, he acknowledges that those exist too, will give in and give them more. You know, instead of making a suggestion to simply politely ask for more, he's just accepting the fact that some people get mad over the portion. He doesn't even consider the fact that maybe he should up the portion sizes or lower the cost. Instead, he just makes it an issue for the day-to-day workers to deal with. So let's look at some. And I also just want to put a disclaimer, I can't be certain that some of these aren't staged just to feed into the trend, but people are really like this, so I am analyzing all of these as if they're real.
Walking out of Chipotle after bad portions.
Black beans, but can I do more rice? Yeah. Then I'll do a little more rice. And the black beans.
So this video features a guy right off the bat who we can see angrily tapping on the glass, which is a huge red flag for customers for me. You need to respect my space and my boundaries. I know what items we have on the deli. You don't need to point them out to me. We need a sign on my job that says do not tap on glass, it provokes the employee.
Chicken. I'll do a little more black beans.
You want double?
Yeah, just more black beans. And then the chicken.
Queso?
I'll do more chicken.
Double chicken?
And then more.
Very little chicken here. I'm definitely walking out.
And then the caption literally says very little chicken when he's given chicken, despite the fact that I think it was a pretty decent scoop of chicken. It covered the rice pretty well. And once again, the worker literally gives him more when asked.
Did she just refuse to service me?
Some more liquids. And then the red water. Some more of the red water. And a little more of the red water. And then some of the white powder. Yeah.
Don't correct me, lady. Terrible service.
He referred to what I'm assuming as the salsa as red water, and the sour cream is white powder. Probably intended to be a diss towards the worker for the quality of the products, but the worker literally just carries on not making a fuss about the things that he said. And then the worker just verifies that the white powder in question is the sour cream, and then the customer steps up and says, don't correct me.
Some more. That's fine. And then some of the little dots.
Now you're making a mess. Terrible service.
Some cheese. I'll do a bunch of cheese.
Very little cheese.
Can I get a little more cheese on the top? Oh, okay. Can I
Just give me my bowl. Yeah, I'm out of here. Never coming back.
And then waits until the worker has basically completed the order to walk out. For this next one, I couldn't find the full video. I could only find small clips, but it's unfortunately enough.
Rice black or pinto beans?
We'll do pinto beans with that.
Pinto beans, any protein for you?
We'll do chicken, please.
This man literally has his camera in the poor worker's face, definitely over the sneeze guard. And the worker is still being so polite regardless.
We need some more chicken in that.
Chicken?
Finna fire on your ass. Put that chicken in there.
Alright, any queso for you?
Again, the customer asks for chicken, and before the worker even has a chance to scoop out the first piece of chicken, the customer stops him and insists that he's gonna need more chicken than that. Like, you didn't even get any chicken on it yet. Can you calm down?
We need some veggies. Get some green veggies. Yeah, a little bit more,
No problem.
little bit more.
No problem.
Straight up. Oh, they gonna have to hold me accountable.
He does a similar thing with the veggies, and as the tongs are literally ready to grab more, he gets angry. Eventually, who I'm assuming to be the manager, steps up and says, and asks the customer just to not be in the worker's face. And the customer gets really angry and spits out something about being held accountable. I don't know what that was supposed to mean. Maybe like being held accountable for the amount of product they're given. I really don't know. And honestly, props to this worker for being so calm throughout this. I would not be as calm if I had a camera shoved in my face. I guess the idea is that if they're being filmed, they just have to comply and do whatever they want. So this video features two girls who decided to try out the trend and see if filming the Chipotle workers would help their case.
Okay, y'all, so we at Chipotle today. We're gonna be rating what they make. Hi, can I get a bowl? Brown rice. It's gonna be 2 bowls. Brown. You want brown rice? Yeah. Okay, so this was when they had me messed up. She tried to give us the 2 little small things of rice.
And they switched it to a voiceover when they got inside. So they are automatically complaining about the amounts given, which I still, once again, think looked pretty reasonable.
Girl, I almost went off. I said, can you put another thing of rice? And then, y'all, so she do all of that. You saw how little she put of that hot, first of all. I asked her a little bit, but really.
The voiceover continues as they explain their interaction and complain about the whole thing and claim that the worker got mad and had an attitude with them.
And then they was just catching attitudes the whole time. And then once we get to the end, she threw my drink cup at me, y'all. And we said, since they want to go low, we gonna go lower. Don't play with us. Y'all, why were they so rude in here? Literally. Like, but no. Taking y'all no. They were so rude.
But of course, coincidentally, we don't have any of the audio of the worker being mean or any footage of the worker throwing the drink. I do have to admit though, having 2 young girls laughing, holding a camera in my face, and complaining about what I'm doing wouldn't really put me in the best mood when I'm trying to serve you. I swear these days people just don't have brains and think about other people existing in the world, so they don't think about how a camera in their face could potentially bother somebody. They just think it's funny and they think they found a cheat to get whatever they want in this world. That's all the videos I'm going to show for now. They honestly enrage me, the audacity that some people have, and I can say in most cases, if you ask nicely, we're more inclined to give you something. But we do have rules about what we can do, and I honestly feel like the portions that were given in this video weren't even that preposterous. Maybe it's a little overpriced, but once again, if you feel it's overpriced, go buy all the products and make it individually yourself, like at home, or don't go there if you feel like it's overpriced. But I feel like the portion sizes really weren't that bad. I also will never understand the need for people to return to places if they're that dissatisfied with the service. Like, if you feel like it was a money waster one time, what makes you think that the next time is going to be magically so much better? Like, we're not, like, just because you complain, that doesn't mean we're automatically going to fix everything wrong with it. It's not up to us, it's up to larger corporation. I honestly can't believe the entitlement of some people, and I was shocked when I learned that this whole Chick-fil-A thing was going on. Just respect people's boundaries and space. I'm more likely to give you what you want if you're being polite to me. So that is going to be all for this video though. Y'all can let me know what you think of both of these situations. I'll see y'all in my next video.